In this class, we are going to learn how to solve quadratic equation using the formula method. Okay, let's start with the first question. We are asked to find the value of x in the quadratic equation x squared plus 7x minus 30 equals to 0 using the formula method. Okay, x squared plus 7x minus 30 equals to 0. Okay, now you know that we've learned how to derive the formula, the general formula of quadratic equation. This is the general formula. This formula is also known as the quadratic formula. Do you understand? Okay, so now from this formula we need to know our a, b and c, because in the formula we have a, b and c, you understand, as the parameters. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now, what is our a in this quadratic equation? What is our b? What is our c? Our a is the coefficient of the highest power of the unknown. That is the coefficient of x squared. You understand? Our b is the coefficient of the second term is the b. Okay, the second term is the b, and the b in the quadratic equation is the coefficient of x. The constant term is what we regard as c. You understand? So now a here will be what? 1, because the coefficient of x squared is what? 1. B in this place will be 7, because the coefficient of x, which is the second term, is what? 7. Now c equals to negative 30, because the constant term in this quadratic equation is what? Negative 30. Please, I need you to pay attention. When you are writing the negative c, always pay attention to the sign before it. If it is positive, you can just neglect the negative sign, but it is negative 30, you understand? So you have to include the sign. Okay, now let's solve this equation using this formula. All you have to do is to plug in all these values into this formula. By so doing, then simplify. By so doing, we will get our answer, you understand? Okay, so here x will be equals to minus b. B is what? 7. You can see minus b. B is 7. So I'm going to have minus 7 plus or minus the square root of b squared. B is what? 7. So I'm going to have 7 squared minus 4 multiplied by a. A is 1. 1 multiplied by c. C is negative 30. Do you understand? Okay. So all this over 2 multiplied by a, which is 1. Do you understand? Okay. Now, we've gotten to this point. What's next? All we have to do now is to simplify. Okay. Now, let's simplify this. X equals to negative 7 plus or minus the square root of b squared. 7 squared is what? 49. So I'm going to have 49 minus 4 into bracket. Negative 30 multiplied by 1. That is negative 30. So I'm going to have negative 30. Do you understand? All over 2. Okay. Let's proceed. Here I'm going to have x equals to negative 7 plus or minus square root of, okay. Now 49. Please kindly pay attention. Negative 4 multiplied by negative 30. What will be the answer? That will be negative. That will be positive 120. You understand? Because negative will multiply negative, and that will change to positive. You understand? So 4 multiplied by 30, that will be what? 120. So here I'm going to have plus 120 all over 2. Do you understand? Let us proceed. For this, I'm going to have x equals to negative 7 plus or minus square root of, now 49 plus 120. What is the answer? That will give us 169. So I'm going to have here 169 all over 2. You understand? So x is equals to negative 7 plus, now what I want to do now is that I want to split, because I'm having two signs here. You understand? So we have positive and negative sign. So I'm going to split this sign. Okay, so here I'm going to have square root of 169 all over 2. You understand? Okay, or negative 7 negative square root of 169 all over 7. Do you understand? Okay, now what is the square root of 169? The square root of 169 is 13. So for the first part, I'm going to have x equals to negative 7 plus 13 all over 2, or negative 7 negative 13 all over, sorry, this is 2, sorry, okay, this is supposed to be 2 all over 2. You understand? Okay, now Negative 7 plus 13, what will be the answer? That will be what? 6. It's just as if saying 13 minus 7, that will be 6. Do you understand? So for this, I'm going to have 6 all over 2. Okay, let's put it here. X is equals to 6 all over 2. Or, now, for this one, I'm going to have negative 7, negative 13, that will be what? Negative 20. So I'm going to have negative 20 all over 2. So here, x equals to 3, or negative 20 divided by 2, that will be negative 10. So x is equals to 3 or negative 10. You understand? So the value of x that makes the quadratic equation x squared plus 7x minus 30 equals to 0 is 3 or negative 10. If you substitute this value into this quadratic equation, you are still going to arrive at 0. Okay, so that is how to solve quadratic equations using the formula method. Okay, let's have another question. Okay, question 2. Find the value of d in the quadratic equation 2d squared minus 3d minus 5. Okay, 2d squared minus 3d, okay, 2d squared minus 3d, okay, let me check the question. That is minus 5 equals to 0. Okay, we are asked to find the value of d in this quadratic equation. Now we are still going to use the formula method. Okay, so I want you to pay attention. In this quadratic equation, we didn't have x, but we have d. You understand? So how do we determine the value of d? Don't forget, in the previous class, I told you that don't mind the value that you are given. If you are asked to find the value of d, just equate the formula. You understand? The formula now becomes d equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You understand? Instead of x, we are going to replace x as d. Do you understand? Okay, so here I'm going to have d will be equals to negative b. B in this equation is what? B is negative 3. You understand? And c is negative 5. A is what? 2. Do you understand? Just like what we did in the previous example. You understand? A being the coefficient of x squared. In this case, a will be the coefficient of d squared. You understand? Because a is always regarded as the coefficient of the highest power of the unknown in our quadratic equation. You understand? So here I'm going to have a, this will be b, and this will be c. Do you understand? Okay, now we can solve this question by plugging in the value of a, b, and c. Do you understand? Now, having known that a is 2, b is negative 3, and c is negative 5, d will be equals to negative, okay, maybe I should write it out. A equals to 2, b equals to negative 3, and c equals to negative 5. Do you understand? Okay, now let's plug in all this value into this formula. Okay, so I'm going to have negative b, negative b is negative 3, so I'm going to have negative into bracket negative 3 because b is negative. You understand? B is negative 3. Okay, for this I'm going to have plus or minus the square root of b squared. B is negative 3, so I'm going to have negative 3 squared minus 4. Okay, please kindly pay attention. Minus 4ac. A is 2, so I'm going to have 2 multiplied by c. C is negative 5, so I'm going to have negative 5 here. All over 2 multiplied by 2, okay? Because A is what? 2, you understand? Okay? Yeah, I'm going to have D equals to negative times negative, that will be 3, you understand? Negative 3 times negative 1, that's it. That will be 3. I'm going to have 3 plus or minus the square root of, okay? Now, negative 3 squared is what? 9. So I'm going to have 9 minus 4 into bracket negative 5 times 2, that will be negative 10. So I'm going to have negative 10 here, all over 2, because 2 times 2 will be 4. So I'm going to have 4 in this place. Please, I pay attention. Follow me carefully. D equals to 3 plus or minus square root of, okay? Now, okay, let's simplify further. 9, okay. Negative 4 times negative 10, that will be what? Positive 40. Positive 40 all over 4, okay? D equals to 3 plus or minus square root of 49, okay? All over 4, okay? D equals to 3 plus or minus square root of 49 is 7, you understand? Hello? square root of 49 is 7. 7 times 7 gives us 49. So I'm going to have 3 plus or minus 7. Okay, let's separate. Okay, let's separate here. 3 plus root of 49 all over 4, or 3 minus root of 49 all over 4. You understand? Okay, so D will be equals to 3 plus 7 all over 4, or 3 minus 7 all over 4. Do you understand? Okay, now from this point, 3 plus 7 is 10. So I'm going to have D equals to 10 all over 4, or 3 minus 7, that will be negative 4. So I'm going to have or negative 4 all over 4. You understand? Now from this point, we can reduce this fraction. 10 divided by 4 is 5 over 2. You understand? We divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. You understand? So I'm going to have here 5 all over 2, or negative 4 divided by 4, that will be what? Negative 1. So I'm going to have or negative 1. So the value of D that makes the quadratic equation 2D squared minus 3D minus 5 equals to 0 is D equals to 5 over 2 or negative 1. Do you understand? If you plug in these values of this in this quadratic equation, you are still going to arrive at 0. Do you understand? Okay, so that will be all for this class. If you have any question regarding this, let me know in the comment section. Okay, and also please don't forget to give me feedback, you understand, by liking, sharing the video and subscribing. Okay, see you in the next class.